until 1980 that I became full-time music. I joined the choir in about 1996. Doug was conductor. At the same time, I had some friends who also lived in Chilo that belonged to the University Choral Society. We went down to join the choir, and I just, for the first time, had a chance to sing with other people and enjoy music. Because when you're a pianist, you practice on your own, you play on your own. So it was just lovely to be part of a group. I was delighted to take it on, although I was in a sling. It was just wonderful to have the choir and all the musical things happening together. I recommend it to anyone. Music's been everything to me. One thing I am proud of, I started the 8-hour music at Eastern Hills in 1980 with my son Morris was part of the first 7 that did the course, and it's continued on since then, doing 8-hour music and trying music and understanding music so much better. And then to have the choir in front of me, it was great because I could see it all coming to life. So I joined the Hills Choir as well at the same time, about 1997. And Doug was conducting, and he was doing a little bit of the Sleeper's Wake. That's all.
I come from a musical family. My mother was a pianist, and I used to sing boy soprano to her accompaniment. And we joined a church choir when I was in my teens, early teens. And then I formed a folk group with some of the people from that choir. And then at university I joined an a cappella group run by Dr. David Tunley and sang bass in motets and madrigals. I've been in choirs ever since, really. So I was approached in 1988 to conduct the Hills Choir, and at the time they were a ladies' choir.
Oh.
They didn't have any men. So we gradually built that from a ladies' choir into an SATB choir through just adding to it with husbands and friends. Margaret Fong was involved with the accompaniment, and she was a teacher at the Mundaring Primary School at the time. So we moved from that location to the primary school in their music room for our rehearsal.
Said, yes, look, I will join the choir and I'll play just until you find somebody else. And next thing they said, would you be willing to conduct? And I couldn't get over how readily they welcomed me, adapted to new things and humoured me. I was a teacher. Music was my passion. As a kid at school, I conducted all our festival choirs and that. When I went to a government high school, word had passed around, and my first year in year 11 there, they plonked me in as a conductor for the school choir. I loved it.
We built it up to quite a standard, really, because we were involved with an Stedford that was run at Carmel College, which we won. We sang at Araluen Park and Whiteman Park. 2 performances actually of excerpts from the Messiah. Consisted of about 8 of the common choruses, and we got an ABC TV newsreader to read that. Michael Palmer was his name. The following year we put it on with the famous artist Robert Juniper speaking the parts. And then I met a lady in the choir who I married, Margaret Mayday.
I've always loved music, and I've done most everything to do with music my whole life. The last 9, almost 10 years, I've been the musical director for the Hills Choir, which has been such a journey and something that I love so much, and I just love it more and more as it goes along. When I was first approached to be the musical director of the Hills Choir, I was scared and I didn't think that I would be able to do it. The choir has been not only a musical journey, but it's been a journey of learning for me on many levels of growth in myself, of getting better at being a musical director, better at communicating and relating to everybody in the choir and being able to achieve beautiful sounds and beautiful music within the choir.
Well, the reason I keep on coming back, well, I'm like them. I'm not the virtuoso pianist. You don't need one of them. You just need someone that can do the slog so that you've got an aid. It's a practice where it just all comes together. Unreal. That to me is music.
Music shall caress you,
The feeling of being a family is the most important part. All of the members there are friends, and although I can't remember all their names, they're part of the community.
Hills Choirs actually give me the opportunity to do something I've wanted to do for a long time without judgment. I don't say that I'm a singer, but I try to stay in tune, and nobody's thrown me out yet. I'm enjoying the choral music, which surprised me. I love it.
Music is really enjoyable, and it's good for your health, mental and physical, so it's a good exercise.
Singing is good for your breathing, for your heart, for your soul, for your mind, for your health, and for the joy of the community. The choir is beautiful.
Being a member of a choir is like joining another family, and the way people support each other in a choir is second to none, really. I mean, I don't know of any other group who be so intimately involved in an activity as a choir.
No, it's a good atmosphere, and you don't have to audition. There's no pressure. There's friendship with all these people, you know, especially if you've been in the choir as long as we have. You know a lot of the people already for 20 years or 15 years. So there's...
I make friends out of choir, and I've got other friends in the choir that I'm friends with as well.
I just enjoy the singing.
The future of the choir is the people.
I've known about the Hills Choir from its inception, because my mother was a founding member. It's been a wonderful experience ever since. But it's always singing in parts, which is really good. As I just said, I do want to be in a sing-along group. Everybody's just singing along in harmony. It's the parts which really make it, especially when each section divides. You can come into 8-part harmony at times. It's such a wonderful sound.
We've all come away from like a big day where we've all done so many different things, and then we can just come together and sing. When we're all singing together, like it's all different voices, like from the deep men voices to like high sopranos. It's just really special.
They should do it, basically, because you get a lot out of it, and you become a better singer, you know, and you sing with people, so you're cooperating and coordinating with people rather than on your own. Do things cooperatively, that's a different story. And so that's what happens in a choir. It's very cooperative. So I recommend it for that reason. And there's a big social part to it, but also it develops your hearing of music a lot.
Being the musical director of the Hills Choir, I have really loved seeing how everyone has grown, including myself. not only in a musical capacity but as its own community and family. And I love the support, the friendships that have developed between myself and everybody, and between the choir members as well.
It's given me a huge lift in life because I retired early at 60. I said, 60's are long enough for me.
But yeah, the friendliness of everybody is good, and if anybody in the choir needs anything, they know they can contact friends or the committee, and we'll do our best to help them out.
Been a property developer, quite a lot of work with different sorts of healing modalities. So I was a hypnotherapist, a body talk practitioner. Most recently, I'm a medical intuitive.
I am a first year lab med student at Curtin University, and I've actually done some work in the histopathology lab at both Perth Children's Hospital and Fiona Stanley for 6 months.
I'm an optometrist, by profession. I started out life wanting to become a chemist, but I didn't do too well in chemistry at high school, so that was the end of that aspiration.
A qualified body talk therapist, and I run my own business called The Art of Wholeness, doing body talk therapy and sound healing and supporting people best I can. So I'm loving that. It's been really wonderful.
A registered nurse, registered midwife. So now I'm retired and looking after grandkids. My other hobbies at the moment is I'm a paranormal investigator, and I belong to a team here in Perth, and we go out and we investigate haunted places. So it's from one extreme to the other, but it's all good fun. It's we go out with respect, and we're really going to find the history and see what's going on in a place. So if you've got a haunted house, where I am, come to the choir.
I began my life farming. I started building violins 1985 or something like that. Took me 3 years to make the first one. I took it back to Henry Miller, and he said, well, look, I don't like the varnish. And he said, the neck's too thick. He said, but not a bad instrument, so.
I'm a music teacher, I'm a sound therapist and a counsellor, and I'm also a performing artist and a recording artist. I studied at the WA Academy of Performing Arts, and I studied opera there. Then went on and I've recorded 7 albums.
Now think what you are about.
I've recorded meditation music and popular music, and I've written all of the music. My latest releases have been done completely by myself. I've recorded them, written the songs and produced them.
I am a published author. I've written a few books. I really enjoy writing. I love musical theatre, I love performing, and I love singing and acting.
I'm a creative arts therapist, and that means that I work with people to support them in a variety of different ways, and I use a variety of different arts modalities. Sometimes that's visual arts, sometimes that's engaging music, and sometimes a lot to do with the body as well. I've had a background in singing for all my life, and which I find is a very embodied process.
Well, everyone says that music is a universal language. So obviously in a community, it's a way of communicating with people from all different ways of life, really, even if they may not be different religions and different backgrounds, nationalities. But the music speaks its own language, doesn't it?
It's more about being connected to people from all different kinds of walks of life as well. So different ages, different belief systems and philosophies and that sort of thing that they live their lives by, different family circumstances. All of that variety is incredibly useful. Like, it's amazing to actually work with them and to allow there to be a sort of a commonality and a communication between somebody of my age, I'm 65, and somebody who's 15. And that's a really, outside of a family situation.
Well, music appeals to so many people in so many different ways, and the choir gets it all, brings us all together.
Well, that's fantastic. The intergenerational aspect is really important, and but it's a challenge, I think, for you as a conductor and a choir. How do you do that could be tricky, but if you can, it's a wonderful thing to do. It demonstrates the power of music to bring people together, in this case to bring generations together. So I'm sure there are challenges in that, but good on you for doing that.
When the young girls joined the choir, it was really good, because it was not only good for them, but it was also good for the older people in the choir to become a little bit more considerate and encouraging than before. As soon as you put voices together and they lean on each other, they feel a part of a group, they feel part of something that's uplifting. So it's a really good thing to do together.
I would say that I joined it at quite a young age and I've loved every bit of it, and it doesn't matter what your age range is, you will enjoy it.
I got my first music scholarship for high school when I went to Perth Senior High School, and I remember when I was singing in the choir there, I think we had maybe 50 or 60 of us singing, and it was the most amazing experience having so many voices and all these harmonies around you, and you're creating a harmony with the people around you. It was a really inspiring and just heart-opening experience for me. And I do believe we performed over in the Sydney Opera House as well, which was really cool.
Well, one very exciting time was when I was sitting in the little box under the stage of the Geraldton Town Hall. They played the Magic Flute Overture on a CD or something, and this beautiful music came in, this excitement before it started, and the overture to the Magic Flute is just so stimulating and gorgeous, and that was a wonderful movement.
My daughter, who was about 11 at the time, was singing as we walked through a car park, and she actually set off a car alarm. Her voice was so strong and pure. She set off a car alarm. I thought, oh boy, my girl has got such a wonderful voice.
So I remember being in a production. So I was singing Evergreen, which was from A Star Is Born, which was the Barbra Streisand version. We had backing tracks that were in a computer and a laptop in the same box. For some reason, one of the assistants closed the laptop and shut off the sound. I was mid-song. So immediately in my head I'm going, what do I do? And you think it's lasting for a really long time, but it's a split-second decision that says, I'm going to sing this a cappella, I'm going to hold it, I'm going to carry it through, and just deliver it exactly as it is to the people without it having to be all the showiness of what would be for a Academy Award-winning show. None of the hoo-ha, it was just my voice in the theatre with the people, and that was just a beautiful experience for me. It was just that moment of being able to share such the purity. It's just voice with people listening to it and being able to carry it through in that moment of spontaneous, here we go. Yeah, so that was quite a profound experience.
A group of my friends all came in to visit me in the hospital. They all started singing to me, and I just remember feeling at this time where I'd been feeling so sort of lost and unwell, and just the gift that music was to me, and the impact that their voices had, and just how much of like a healing balm it was, both like just emotionally but just on a really soul level.
I had really bad stage fright before joining the choir, and it's helped me so much. It's probably the first time I performed and we were up on this gigantic stage and I was so scared, but I did it, and afterwards there were so many people coming up to me. I felt famous. I was like, oh my goodness, this is the best experience ever. They were all like, and you should definitely come along.
I've seen quite a few choir members conducting, Dr. Koo and Elizabeth, the young woman. I remember going out into the kitchen or towards the kitchen, and I burst into song, she was, said, why can't you sing like that? And I said, well, in the choir you blend in with one another.
favour. It's only going to be for like 10 seconds. Would you mind closing your eyes for 10 seconds? Ready? Go. Close your eyes. Okay, you can look at nothing to see here.
It's a live performance.
We can go together.